Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a glitch animation using any logo, animate it, get it into Premiere Pro and include it in your videos. Let's go. Quick note before we get into the video, if you do enjoy the tutorial, please drop a thumbs up down below. It does massively help out the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more of the content. I don't just do tutorials, I also do photo vlogs and just general messing about videos of photography, videography and all that jazz. So yeah, consider subscribing if you want. Afternoon. So as the intro said, I'll be teaching you how to make a glitch animation. I did it in a new normal video with the icons of social medias and the Adobe products that I use. So I'm going to show you how I create the animation just from a standard PNG, how to give it the glitch effect, how to animate it, then get it into your Premiere Pro project, and then keyframe the movement and how to make it a bit more depth with some sound design. So it's probably going to be a bit of a longer tutorial today, so let's get straight into it. Iced coffee in hand. Okay, so jumping into Photoshop for the first step. I've pulled in a Premiere Pro icon. This can be the base of our animation. So we're going to copy the layer by Alt and dragging on the layer over here. I'm then, just for ease, I'm going to rename the layers. Okay, and I'm going to hide the original one because I don't want to work on it now. That's just so we've got the original copy so we can animate this later on. So to create the glitch, you right click on the layer and rasterize layer if it's not already done. Mine is already done. We're then going to go over here and use the marquee tool, and we're going to start creating the glitch. So all we're going to do is drag and grab sections of the PNG file and move it. Highlight what you want, control, and then drag, and you can move it out. And I'm going to do this. So I'm going to do this across the whole file, and we're just going to, you want to keep it random, you want to make it look like a proper glitch, not like someone's just sat here and done exactly what we're doing. So you want to do it, you want to randomize your sizes, randomize how far away you're dragging it. Okay, and there we go, we've started the glitch. You can see you can already see it coming together in a way, because it obviously now looks like it's been glitched out. So next thing we're going to do is, again, Alt and drag down on the glitch layer, and we're going to do this 3 times. I'm then going to rename each layer to red, blue and green. And then if you select a layer, hold down control and then use your arrow keys, you can move that layer around 1 pixel at a time. So I'm going to move this down a couple, like that. We're then going to right click on it, blending options. That brings up the blending options panel. We're then going to untick everything but red and hit OK. And you can see that's made a red one. Blue, we're then going to, actually for this one I'm going to start away, I'm going to go straight to blending options, untick everything other than blue. And then again, move that layer out using the arrow keys randomly. Doesn't need to be perfect or any specific amount of movement. And we're going to do it again for green, untick red and blue, and then move the green one out. And you can see that it makes different colors as they layer out. Now the way you can actually adjust this and make them look slightly different depending on how you do the blending options. So if I wanted if I retick the red now, it will make a bit more of a yellowy green. Retick blue makes more of an aqua, and you can just play around with this to get whatever colors you want out of it. And as you can see, it's now starting to look much more like a glitch. So I'm actually going to group all these layers together and title that group as glitch. So all our glitch layers are now in here, so I can toggle them on and off. And we've got our original one there still as well. So that is how you'd make the glitch. Now you can add a bit more depth to this image by using the outer glow function. So we're going to go on FX with the whole glitch folder selected. We're going on FX outer glow. In the pop-up, we're then going to select our color by using the dropper tools. I'm going to use the purple around the edge of Premiere Pro, and as you can see, it's immediately given a bit of an outer glow around this. You don't want it too intense. These are the settings I actually used in the new normal animations, and I'm going to leave them like that. So as you can see, it does look quite faint in here, but once that's on an image, it's much more noticeable, so you don't want to overdo it here. And then what I'm also going to do is copy the effects onto the original file as well. So if I untick that and open that one, you can see the original file also has this outer glow. So we've now made our glitched PNG image, our glitched logo. There's one more thing we need to create before we start making the animation, and this is just, you don't have to do this, I just did it because it adds a bit more depth to the animation itself. So I'm going to copy, Alt, drag, copy the whole glitch folder, and I just want to see this one. To be able to do this, we actually need to link all these layers. So we're going to merge layers, select all them, and merge. So you're going to go up to filter, blur, and motion blur. You can adjust your angle as you wish. I'm going to do it on a 90-degree angle, and you can adjust your pixel length, distance. So actually I'm going to do a 180-degree angle. I want it to be going horizontally, not vertically. And we're going to put it on a distance of 30 pixels will be good for this. And okay, I'm going to rename this group, my layer, rename group to motion glitch. You can call this whatever you want. This is literally just for me to know. And so you can see we've got the motion glitch image there, we've got the original image there, and we've got the standard glitched image there. So starting with the original, we're then going to start the animation. So I'm going to go to Window, Timeline, and that brings up the animation down here. So I've got a frame timeline here. The first frame it's come up with is what I've got currently open on my screen. I want that set to how it is on 1 second, and then we're going to add a new frame here. This will just duplicate the original, but as long as you've got it selected, you can then edit it. So I'm immediately going to drop that down to no delay because I want this to be very quick. And then I'm going to unshow the original and show the motion glitch. I'm then going to add a new frame, keeping that on 0 seconds. I'm then going to unshow motion glitch and show the glitch. New frame, unshow glitch, show motion glitch, and new frame, unshow motion glitch, show the original, and change that back to 1 second. And that there is your basic animation. So if I play that through, you can see how it does it. And that's just going to keep running. So when you export this, this is going to export it only as 5 frames. So if we now shift and click, hold Alt and then drag them here, that'll then copy and paste. So we're going to do that a few times. Now, to make it more realistic as a glitch animation, we don't want it to be doing the exact same glitch every time. So I'm now going to go back through here and delete a couple of frames. So you can't just click and hit delete because that will then delete any frames, that will delete all the copied frames. So you want to click on this, so just select the specific ones you want to delete. So I'm going to delete those two. I'm going to delete both of them as well. So there's a bit more of a randomized glitch there. And then we're going to hit the delete button here. That will get rid of them. I'm also then going to pop in an extra one of these frames there and there, just to make it more randomized. Okay, and that is your animation. If I now run that through, this is what it looks like. Just keeps glitching out. Don't worry about the speed or anything now because we can adjust that later if it's too slow or too fast for your liking, for your project. But if I stop that there, shift click and select them all, file, export and render video. So yeah, so that's now exported that animation as a .movie file. And yeah, next step is to put that into Premiere. So let's go over to Premiere now. Okay, so in Premiere Pro, I've pulled in the file I want to work with, which was this shot of me sat at my desk, just doing some jazz on the computer. First thing we're going to do is import the glitch animation. So just, you can either do it through the file import, or like I'm about to do, just drag and drop it into your timeline, like I've done there. And I'm going to line it up on the clip. So as you can see, it's just currently overlaid on top of the clip. Because we did a PNG file, it is transparent. And if I run it through, you can see it does the glitch animation as we want. Now, looking at it right now, maybe that outer glow was a bit too intense. At this point, I would probably go back into Photoshop and adjust it a little bit, because when you're in Photoshop, obviously you can't see how it's going to look on the overlaid in the footage. So I probably would have gone back in, undone that. Another thing to notice with this outer glow actually is that you can see it looks quite square. That's because the canvas size in Photoshop wasn't big enough to take in the whole outer glow and let it fade out properly. So just be aware of that when you're doing it. For this tutorial, I'm not going to bother go back and change it because it's not a big deal. I'm just going to show you how to keyframe it and how to use it in your footage. So I like to start from the end and work my way backwards. So I want it probably down to about 50% scale. I want to adjust the positioning so it's up over here. A little bit more that way. I'm going to rotate it, put about 25. 25 is pretty much spot on actually. And yeah, and I'm going to go to the end of the clip because that's where I want it to end. I'm going to drop keyframes for position, scale and rotation. I'm going to go back a few frames back because I actually want it to sit there and glitch out in the video before, instead of just starting moving and it stops as soon as it's finished moving. I want it to sit there. So I'm going to drop keyframes here. Going back to the start of the animation, I want it to come out of the laptop. So I'm then going to move it back. I'm going to change the rotation, move it back along. So it's starting about there, starting in the laptop, and we're going to have it floating up. Don't worry about the fact that it's over the top of me at the moment. We're going to fix that in a minute. I'm also going to adjust the rotation so it has a full rotation on it. So it's now going to rotate up there. I'm actually going to put a big rotation on that. Maybe minus 100. Minus 150. There we go. That's better. So it's going to probably, so it is going to rotate fully around up as it goes. It just gives it a bit more depth to the animation itself. So now if I play this through, saying that, I also want it to start at a scale of 0 because I want it to grow as it moves. So if I now run it through, you can see it's growing, rotating, and the whole time it's doing this, it is glitching out, and it stops there for a few frames before the end of the animation. So first problem we notice is that it's not coming out of the laptop, it's coming out of the back of my neck, which is obviously not good. So what I'm going to do is, so my camera died, so I'm going to do a voiceover for this section. So what you're seeing here is me masking out the animation so it looks like it's coming from between me and the laptop. So I won't go through how to mask because I've done tutorials on that before. I'll link one up above now. But as you can see, I'm just doing a mask around the animation so it isn't visible until it comes out from behind me effectively. If I run this through, you should then see that the animation is not visible until it comes from behind me like that. So it looks like it's coming from the laptop and then it stops up there. Final thing with this animation, which you don't have to do, it's completely optional, but I think it adds more depth and it's a really good effect to put in, and it just shows you care if you're putting in this much effort, is to add in a couple of sound effects. So if I now run this through with the sound effects, and there you are, that's the whole tutorial. That's how I did the animation glitch. The reason I wanted to make this tutorial is because I couldn't find a full tutorial on exactly how I did this animation. I could only find set ones on how to make an image look glitched, how to make a animation out of a sequence of photoshopped images, and then the rest of it I kind of just figured out myself in Premiere Pro using knowledge I already had. So I hope that was helpful. If it was, please drop a thumbs up down below, subscribe if you want to see more of the content, all the other stuff that YouTube's told to do, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.